Hey legends, and welcome back to the channel where we seemingly can't get away from the Nurburgring. Just one day after doing the grand Nordschleife meets beamNG reveal, I came to realize that the track had actually been updated just this last week, up to the recent PBR-shaded standard, including a bunch of other goodies. But instead of talking about it here, let me just walk you through it on track. Hey there, bet you thought I'd give this track a miss for at least a few days. Obviously, you're wrong. Turns out a PBR update of this track came out a few days ago and I hadn't actually heard of it. So what he's included, Kirby Guy, the original author / porter, is the entire GP circuit, along with the Touristenfahrten parking area, this beautiful garage door right here, and of course, PBR-shaded surface materials. So a brand new looking road, way more trees to fill out the track. The whole thing just looks amazing, looks so much better, and I can't wait to show you guys. If you want to see this drive-through without my annoying commentary on top, make sure to move to about halfway or just halfway past this video. I'll have a chase cam pass through the track with nothing going on top. I'm of course also planning, as well as looking at this beautiful garage door, a time trial series on the Nordschleife where I drive all the major race prepped versions of the stock cars and beamNG to find out once and for all which is actually quickest on a laser scan surface of the longest racetrack in the world. So make sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date with those videos. I can't wait to start recording those. We're of course here in the Cheria Vivace race sequential version, which is a front-wheel drive car, believe it or not, a race car's front-wheel drive. Very fun to drive, really good balance of performance, really kind of leisurely for a race car as well. So let's get to it. Leaving the pits in the GP-strecke for the first time ever, we're of course in a sequential car, so we're going to launch with the clutch. Yes, there we go. No pit limits for us, thank you. Now, anybody familiar with this version of the Nurburgring track, which, let's face it, pretty much all of us sim racers are, will be very well at home here. The curbs are as you've known them for many years. Of course, I am driving the N24 layout because that is the only layout which matters, the only race which matters. As the prior developers of this track advertise themselves at us on the gantry there. Oh, nice. This car is so joyful to drive, especially considering it's front-wheel drive. The kind of performance it outputs is really impressive. Still, it's got the, typical understeer characters when you expect them from front-wheel drive, but it manages them reasonably well. I mean, we're gonna see, can we double apex here in the hairpin? Can we get the kind of line that we want? Oh, just barely. Just barely. I feel like I dropped the revs a little bit more than I wanted to. We're gonna lean into the curbing on the outside, springboard into the Schumacher S. Yes, nice and easy. Maintain that speed. As you can see, track looks beautiful, even close to midday. I used to not be able to run it at this time of day because it looked so flat on the old version. Of course, with the PBR shading, so much more exciting. Look at that road surface as it comes to life through here. Yes. It's like a neutered little baby GT3 car, you know? It's nice. It's nice. It's not super fast, but it's nice. And they've done so well with the default setups, these devs. It almost feels like the default setups are more ready to race than some of the actual bona fide sim racing ones are in those titles, which is really, it's saying a bit, isn't it? beamNG just coming through with the goods every time, understeering over the bumps there, getting the brakes nice and early, trying to rotate through the Schmitz curve, but of course, as we always do, understeer, always so much understeer, getting onto the Nordschleife now, very exciting. As we get more understeer, use the whole track all the same. Staying fifth, get on the brakes nice and early. You don't want to overshoot into the wall here. There we go. That's what we want. Yes, just get on the power. Car just wants to understeer the moment you do, and the torque steer is insane. Yes, use them curbstones. Oh, too much curbstone, too much curbstone. Not enough curbstone. Yeah, just right, just right curbstone. No, geez, mate. This is not the Nordschleife line you want in real life. But hey, no track limits, we're gonna make use of it, right? Alright, here we go, Flugplatz for the first time. We just lightly dab on the brakes and fly through. Beautiful aero in this car. If I yeet the curbs too hard, I can deflate the tires quite easily. Something I've experienced, unfortunately, in prior runs. As I forget to shift. Ever so slight overlook. Alright, here we go. Into Schiedenkreuz. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sounding like a political slogan from 2008. Here we go. Nice. And flying down here towards the foxhole, as you can see, the trees add so much to the experience. Those long shadows they're casting, way better than the old version as we hit massive high compression zone here. Get on the brakes early, fly over the curb on the left, and brake to slow down. Forward now forced. Drop 2 gears. Keep it nice and tight through here. Very difficult to do hard now without at least partially touching 1 or 2 of the curbs. As we head down towards the Rebel Tree. How you doing, Rebel Tree? Nice shadow there. I like it. Oh man, maintaining 5th gear in this car, absolutely crazy. It's a little beast. Certain corners, certain turns, it feels like it can do just as well, if not better than a GT3 car. There we go, I should have kept that in 3rd, but it's alright. More pops and crackles on exterior view, which I think I'm going to do during sunset time. We approach, miss, hit, miss. Can we? Yes, miss, hit, and miss. Now got to get on the brakes nice and early here, not to smash into the wall. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Love it. Oh, so much torque steer leaving that corner. There seems to be no assists on this car at all. No TC. Maybe ABS? Just ABS? Yes, there is ABS. Good. I'd be in a very bad way if there was no ABS in this car. Probably does not need TC on account of the front wheel drive. As we make it to Sector 2 here, so we can just kind of chill out a bit and enjoy the beauty of the track in the Torque 3D engine. I'm very impressive on the whole with what's been done here. I mean, this is a track that you know and love, very familiar to all of us. Except, you know, arguably in my case, I prefer driving it in this sim. The way that you can interact with the curbs feels way more lifelike. The cost is way more lifelike. If you deflate a tire, break suspension, destroy your steering column, all kinds of crazy things can happen on this version of the Nordschleife. Of course, one of the great things about beamNG, and it reminds me of driving this version of the track for the first time in R-Factor 2 as well, where I first realized, like, wow, this is what it actually should feel like when you actually get all the detail. It's taking me back to that original experience, which I also did in a front-wheel drive car. Alright, here we go. And brake nice and deep here. Yes, nice. Keep it in third. Oh, no. No! Don't understeer front-wheel drive. Why? Why would you do that? Alright, coming up to the carousel for the first time in PBR. Here we go. On the brakes, down to 3rd, and yep, still some texture work required on the inside there. Alright, the good news is we're approaching Sector 3, my absolute favorite sector of any track in all of motorsport. And just ever so slightly, don't even need to lift there. Dab on the brakes, drop a gear, turn in, keep it tight, stay in this gear. Here we go. Drop a gear early, turn in before you can see the turn. Still understeer. Alright, stay in 4th here, coming up to Whipperman. Nice and easy, you're gonna maintain the inside. There we go. Mount both curbs. That's it. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Keep it in 4th for this, I think. Hard to tell in this car. Oh, so much understeer on power. Nice and early on the brakes, got to keep it tight through here. Car hates turning and going downhill. Early on the brakes, here we go. Through Brinchin, same problem. So much understeer. That front wheel drive life. There we go. Can't fully commit to the throttle in this car. There we go. Playing around with the curbs ever so slightly here. Coming down into the S. And gonna get airborne very shortly. There we go. Oh, so much speed. All right, scrubbed off enough sometimes. I did not manage to. It was a bad time there. Coming up into one of the most exciting parts of the track. Flat out, flat chat. Shift up, here we go. Got to get ready to drop, I think, 2 gears in this car. Yep, seems to be 2 gears. On the brake nice and early there. Just go all the way out, use that curbing, and then brake. There we go. Oh man, yes, on that limit, on that beamNG limit right there. So exciting. Yes, all right. Trying to work out if I need to lift there in this car. I may not need to. but may not want to get on the grass either. Alright, got to shift at the right time. And there we go. If that was a bridge to gantry lap, we would have finished right there. But alas, we started on the GP circuit, so on the GP circuit we will conclude this. I think when I do the run through of this in the chase cam after this, I might set it to be a more gentler orange hue, maybe sunset time. Give you some longer shadows to appreciate about the track. Bit of a softer color palette. As I bounce my way down here, I still can't believe it. The full Nurburgring in beamNG. What a time to be alive. This car shows us what it can do on the braking. Oh, it just gets on the curbs just like real life. Yes. This feels so similar to Race Room. So good. So proud of both sims as we conclude a lap of the 24-hour layout of the Nurburgring here in beamNG. Again, what a time to be alive, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for the upcoming time trial series on the Nordschleife, which I can't wait to start recording. I'll probably start immediately after this video, if I'm honest. And if you want to hang around for a version of this lap from the exterior of the car without my annoying commentary, well, that's coming up right after this. So anyway, until next time, I'll see you all later.